Let's plug in and turn up the volume on a pretty big idea, the hidden power of music. We're about to uncover the secret story hiding inside your favorite playlist.
I mean, really think about it. That song you've had on repeat, is it just a catchy tune? Or is it maybe saying something more? Let's dive in, because it turns out your music choices are probably way more powerful than you think.
All right, first up, let's start with you. We're going to look at how the music you stream is directly connected to who you are.
You know, the music you love, it's probably not just a random choice. It's kind of like a badge you wear, one that tells the world what you care about and helps you find other people who get it. It's a huge piece of your identity.
So, this idea of finding your people through music, well, that often creates something we call a subculture. Put simply, it's like your own tribe, a group built around a shared love for certain music, fashion, and ideas.
And you see this everywhere. Take punk, for example. It's not just about loud, fast guitars, right? It's an entire attitude of questioning the rules. Goth isn't just about wearing black. It's about seeing the world from a different angle. And hip-hop from day one has been a whole culture, with its own fashion, language, and way of telling stories.
So, what does this all boil down to? Basically this. Every time you hit play on a song, you're making a little statement about who you are and the kind of world you want to live in. In a way, it's a personal, political choice.
Okay, so we've seen how music works on a personal level. Now, let's zoom out and see how it gets cranked up into a massive collective voice. How does music become a megaphone for huge ideas?
It's pretty amazing, actually. When one person's belief gets wrapped up in a song, it can suddenly connect with thousands or even millions of people. Music has this incredible knack for turning a single feeling into a powerful, unified movement. And we see this happen in two major ways. On one hand, you've got protest songs. Think about the civil rights movement, where an artist with a guitar could sing simple, powerful words that demanded change. But on the other hand, you have these massive charity concerts like Live Aid that use the power of celebrity to get the whole world to pay attention and raise money for a cause.
And the impact? It's staggering. Seriously. Those huge global concerts have shown time and time again that music can inspire people to donate millions of dollars to fight things like world hunger or help out after a disaster.
And it doesn't stop there, not by a long shot. Artists use their platforms to get young people to vote, to talk about protecting the environment, or just to make a crowd of people at a rally feel strong and united. Music tells the stories that need to be heard.
Okay, so we've talked about how people use music, but what happens when the tables are turned? Let's dig into how big institutions, like governments, use and sometimes try to control music.
Just think about a big sports event, like the Olympics or the World Cup. The moment the national anthem starts playing, that is the perfect example of music being used to create this huge shared feeling of pride and belonging to a country. But this is where it gets a little more complicated. What happens when a song that's meant to unite everybody actually makes some people feel left out because of its message or its history? It really makes you think about who gets to decide what a country's identity sounds like. You see this during elections, too. A candidate plays some upbeat, popular song to get a crowd energized. But here's the thing. They need to get the artist's permission first. And a lot of times, musicians will say, no way, if they don't want their art connected to a political message they disagree with.
And sometimes things go a step further than just using music. Sometimes an authority tries to control it. That's called censorship. It's when people in power decide a song's message is too dangerous or controversial, and they try to stop anyone from hearing it.
So how does that usually go down? Well, first, a song's lyrics get flagged as a threat to the way things are. Then the artist might get pressured to change the words. And if they don't, that song might get banned from the radio or from being performed live, basically silencing their message.
Okay, for our last section, let's pull the camera all the way back to the biggest picture. Let's talk about music's role on the world stage and where it's all headed. First, a quick definition you should know: diplomacy. It's just the fancy word for how countries talk to each other to build friendships and, keep the peace. And believe it or not, music plays a huge part in this. You see, music is like a universal language. A beat, a melody, those things don't need a translator. So when musicians travel the world as cultural ambassadors, their music can actually help lower tensions between countries, just by reminding everyone of the things we all share. And looking forward, technology has completely changed the game. It used to cost a ton of money and require a fancy studio to record a song. Now, you can make a hit in your bedroom with a laptop. And with AI on the way, we're about to hear sounds that nobody has even imagined yet. And this is the most incredible part. The internet has basically torn down all the old walls. An artist in a small village anywhere on the planet can create a piece of music and share it with the whole world instantly. It's given more people a voice than ever before in history.
And that brings everything full circle, right back to you. We've seen that music is about who you are, it's a megaphone for change, and it's a global force. So, in a world where anyone can create and share their sound, the big question isn't just what you'll listen to, but what you might create. What message will you send?